6-month course. It's just 25 pages. It gives a little introduction about the purpose of the course itself and how it's organized, and that if you'll study for an hour a day, and maybe not even that much for some of you, that in 6 months you should be able to get through all the material. It's just one book a month. I've chosen books that I felt like anybody could get through. It's modern language, but they're principally based, and Blaine's going to talk about that in a minute. It gives you a handful of assignments to do that will enrich your study. It gives you some thought questions that focus on being more principally based to get you thinking about the material in new ways. And then it gives you some additional exercises that you can do if you want to go deeper, and some additional readings with book reviews on them. Other things that are a step beyond, and I tell you who wrote it and what it's all about and what it will give you if you would like to read more and do more and understand more. Hopefully this will be followed up with a second 4 to 6 month course. I don't know how long it will be on the justice system and law. It's a little bit of world history, but this is a little bit of a beginning for anybody, so that they can hopefully go to their computer, or this pack will send it to them, or maybe able to get it in a downloadable format and watch some things online. We're going to videotape a discussion so that people can start to get a depth of what that looks like and how to do that in a way that helps change it. And then where they are begin to make a difference. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what our vision is for reform through education. So this is $15. This is the only thing on our website is www.tenboominstitute.com. This is the only item that costs anything, and it's how we are able to pay for everything that we do. So this is the only way we're remunerating ourselves. And the articles that I've written that are supplementary to understanding how to study in a principle-based way are also online. They're free. Anybody can go on there and read them. But the focus is to help people. You know, when we went to school and through the university, we learned study skills necessary to survive in that environment, right? And that was predominantly to please the professor. That was to earn certain credits. That was to gain certain basic skills, and to be trained to do a specific job. It's not, and that's why the Ten Boom Institute talks about education for real life. There are some fundamental ways which we must function all the time in relationships, in finances, as citizens of a free nation, that we don't get a foundational principle-based education in. And so we, through our 15 years of marriage, have tried to rediscover that. Georgetown University has helped us to begin to do that. We just have some books that helped us, and some key elements of study that helped us that we've tried to put on paper to help you help yourselves. So that's what this packet is. It's $15. You can order it online, or you can get them here. We're going to hold this monthly course here in Tyler, but hopefully be able to inspire people other places to also educate themselves. So we're going to turn the time over to Blaine.
There's a statement that we all know by heart. They've even got it in cartoons these days. I believe it's in The Incredibles, or maybe it's, I can't remember, it's another one. Maybe Kronk says it. He says, "And the truth shall make you free." Isn't that true? Doesn't the truth make you free? Free from what? What does the truth free you from? Ignorance. And how will it make you free? Let me read a quote. Yeah, let me read a quote from Hutchinson and read what they say, what the truth is. Because the truth is going to make you free. What is it going to free us from? And what is the truth? This is what they say. How do we recognize a first principle? Now, a first principle is natural law or truth. How do we recognize a first principle? Reed describes one criterion as its self-evidence. For example, it is no sooner understood than it is believed. Indeed, it has the light of truth in itself. It is self-illuminating. Another way of recognizing a first principle is that it compels our assent. It is irresistible. Then they said this: it is that which we intuitively know. We just know it. Or as Reed said in one of his orations, it has been written by the finger of God on the very hearts of men. When you hear the truth, you know the truth. And when you when someone's saying something to you, and they might be really slick, they might be really good, you can tell it's not true. You just in your gut, you say there's something wrong. You may not understand it, you may not be able to articulate it, but you know. Scott Peck said this. The third tool of discipline or technique of dealing with the pain of problem solving, which must continually be employed if our lives are to be healthy and our spirits are to grow, is dedication to the truth. For truth is reality. That which is false is unreal. The more clearly we see the reality of the world, the better equipped we are to deal with the world. The less clearly we see the reality of the world, the more our minds are befuddled by falsehood, misperceptions, and illusions. The less able we will be able to determine correct course of action and make wise decisions. Is there a lot of confusion in our country today? Did he nail it? There's so much things that aren't real. There's so much falsehood out there that it's just confusing. Covey said this: the principles I'm referring to are not esoteric, mysterious, or religious ideas. There is not one principle taught in this book that is unique to any specific faith or religion, including my own. These principles are a part of most every major enduring religion, as well as enduring social philosophies and ethical systems. They are self-evident and can easily be validated by any individual. It's almost as if these principles or natural laws are part of the human condition, part of the human consciousness, part of the human conscience. They seem to exist in all human beings, regardless of social conditioning and loyalty to them, even though they might be submerged or numbered by such conditions or disloyalty. It doesn't matter who you are, in any country in the world. If someone takes something that's yours, you know it's wrong. Is that true or false? How do you know it? You just know. And no one can deny it. And they can try to talk and everything, but you know, and they know. It's written on our hearts. Washington said this: truth will ultimately prevail where there are pains taken to bring it to light. That was George Washington. It's amazing to me in our country, when it comes to sports or it comes to music, we're on it. We have mentors, we have principles, we follow them. Isn't that true? But when it comes to self-education, when it comes to government, right? I know. I was a diver, and I mean, we were in 5 hours a day. I was at college. I wasn't even really serious, and we studied physics, and we had people come in and teach us dietary things, and we wanted to know what we wanted to do it, and we got good because of it. So, what are you guys searching for? What do you want? How do you want to become free? What's keeping you in bondage? Does anyone feel like they're in bondage somewhat? If you don't think you are, look at your paycheck and see how much comes out, or every time you buy something. I feel the bondage. That's why I'm here.